I believe the stream is live. If you would please go check.
Here, give me 2 seconds. My game's almost done. Oh, it's a Pokemon game. I want to play Pokemon.
Yeah, but this one's going to intrigue you.
I am going to reach the border and run.
Perfect, perfect. It's fine. I had to close the game and I have to reopen it and I'll have to reset it up to be on that screen.
Because I could go to bed now,
Huh?
but I said I could go to sleep right now, but I can't.
Why?
I gotta be up till at least midnight
Why?
to place a delivery order for our groceries.
Hmm.
Mom, help me open, help me like that's what she's paying.
Did the game open up back up?
I have to reset my TV. Wait, what's going on? Oh wait, oh no, wait. I see. I saw a crush on my screen, but no. Here, try what I see. Hold on for a second. That's what I see. And I can see your cursor moving at the top. Like it'll come across the screen. Oh, now we got it. We're good. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I go back to my bingo.
Oh wait.
No. Well,
So come in here.
just so I know we're on the same thing. I see a screen that says bottom two. Well, oh, never mind. Then I see purple trees.
Well, I want you to tell me what you see wrong with some of these Pokemon. And we're gonna start with a party. Right.
Six pages. What I do not at all like. I don't know if it's the quality or if it's just how the animation is or what it is. I do not like how pixel these things look.
Once again, it's meant to be a old style game.
I understand that, but I don't like it.
Yeah, but tell me, does something look different about Squirt right here?
That's what Discord is.
The Pokemon that should be on the screen by now.
I see it, but I don't know who Squirt is.
Well, look at his data.
Last, oh, what? Maybe a little bit green.
He's supposed to be blue, but
Same difference.
he's a fighting steel type.
Oh, wait, he's Squirt. He's supposed to be water.
Well, look at this one.
I gotta wait for the lag. This one's bad because I hadn't muted the TV yet, and as I was getting up, like 30 seconds after you said something, I heard on the TV, so it's a bad lag. Okay, there we go. And for why is he purple? What? And why is his tail melting?
Well, what type is Inferno supposed to be?
Well, I know fire, but I don't know anything else.
He likes to punch a lot.
Oh, so fire and fighting.
Yes, ma'am.
But he's fire and poison. The poison's purple.
Well, wait till you see this next one. You're gonna be like, excuse me.
Huh? Wait for the lag. This is annoying. Poison? Yeah. That's, no. He's not a poor fairy at all. I mean, what the freak? He's fire and
Flying.
fun, yeah. I almost said water. I don't know why. I know it's wrong. I still said it.
Well, say hello to Bonebreaker.
I know. I gotta know who that Pokemon is, so.
Totodile.
Oh. Maybe I know what you're talking about. I kinda know, but I can't picture it. They're original, so.
Little blue alligator.
Or, like, that's no, what's wrong with that? I don't, yes, okay. I know what it is now. Okay.
He's now a water dragon type.
One football?
And then we get your first normal one.
Hang on. Come on. Come on. I don't know who that is.
Incineroar.
Never saw that one.
No. But then you've got that.
swag makes it so funny. Because it's like you're saying like this, and I'm like, I'm fucking last one, bitch. Like, swag makes it funny, but that's fucking funny. Oh, wait, Pidgeot's not purple. Fucking red.
Well, one, this is a shiny Pidgeot.
Okay.
But shiny Pidgeot's also not purple.
Yeah. It's just a little darker can.
But also look at his typing.
Grass and flying. Pidgeot's normal. And the
Flying.
oh. Oh,
So now,
Pidgey is just normal.
nope, also still flying. But now we go through here and you're gonna be going, really, what the hell? What the hell are you making me watch you play?
Already at that point. Did you name them or did they name themselves?
I name them.
Okay. Is that Haunter? Why is he teal?
We'll get to him.
Wait, I don't know. Snorn. Oh, I know that. Oh, wait. What? Why is he gross gray?
It looks like he's a drill.
Not fire, is he?
No. But then we got Haunter.
I know, it's good for me.
And once again, Sarah's gonna go, what the fuck?
What the fuck? Why is he a mask? And he's not fire, he's ghost. Okay.
And then what? And then we got this.
I don't like the mask on Haunter at all.
Yeah, and then we got Aragog, the Ariados.
Yeah, it's okay. Oh, the big blue bird?
No.
It went back to snow now. Oh, the spider.
Look at his type.
Bug and dark?
Mm-hmm.
Or does he originally sound bird?
I believe he's bug poison. I'm waiting on the what the fuck.
That Pokemon.
Pachirisu.
Never saw that one.
Look it up on your phone. You'll know who it is when you see its normal version.
Hold on, I was casually playing people claiming something wrong with the game. You know, I had to get off of it.
Well, if a Pokemon's not ringing a bell, yes. Seeing as you love Pachirisu, and I can't believe you forgot it.
I spelled that one. I've never seen this Pokemon.
Oh, well, he's normally electric.
He is very cute. I will give you that.
But look at Numble.
That one is the one looks like a little bug. The little nice one. Right?
Huh?
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
And then it gets worse.
Oh shit, bro.
Well, Sizzlepea won't help because you don't know that one. Quabble won't help you don't know it. But look at Pumpkinboo.
That's not there yet. Especially if you just flipped through a couple of them. It's gonna take you a minute to get there. Sizzle peed. Cross Pumpkinboo. I don't know if they're what I used to be so.
Grass Ghost.
Oh, I do know that one. What the fuck? I do know the original. What the fuck is that?
Hey, you remember Marie, the little sheep?
I'm gonna look it up.
Well, look up its middle form, Flappy.
The pink one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a rich ass woman. It's got those big fluffy jackets that cover their whole head.
So there's what color Pidgeotto should be in this game.
Sorry.
That's Pidgeotto.
Oh, fuck is
And then we got Rat King.
Pidgeotto. Yeah, that's not Pidgeotto.
And then we got Rat King.
That's a big purple nose. I know that.
Yeah, well, he doesn't look purple now.
Let's go with what is it? Blue. What the fuck?
Okay. Okay, those are normal. Oh, wait. Here's one you know with my heart. Say hello to Rocco.
Since a lot of which one? Geodude.
Hey, favor.
What?
I need you to get. It is not safe for me to drive.
I'm actively streaming.
What?
Not to a fucking huge audience.
I'm on YouTube
How many viewers?
at the moment.
One.
One. But that could change any minute. You know how it is. It's Pokemon. Everybody loves Pokemon.
If no one ever joins your stream, but I watch.
Fuck off, Sarah. You're not helping this matter.
What is this?
Fine. I will go get him if you can tell me what the hell's wrong with Geodude.
He's not just a regular rock climber. I can see it.
He looks like he's on the road.
Okay, how do I fix this? Like, for example, she's looking at. Well, it takes her like 45 seconds to catch up to what I'm doing.
That's just how it is.
Yeah, that's any live stream
That's just
or any app.
Ah,
the only reason she can tell that there even is a delay is because she is on the phone.
ah.
Like if you're watching any of your YouTubers stream, there is a delay.
Okay.
100%.
I didn't know that. That's why I was asking. I didn't know if it was.
Only way for there to not be there not to be a delay is if they're on the fucking like NASA thing. It's just
Okay. All right. So you know Vanillish, right? The ice cream cone.
Alright, I started playing my bingo game again when you were talking. Now I'm all focused.
Well, look at him on the screen.
Why is he firing?
He's a lava cone. And then we got coughing. And sir, you know what coughing looks like. He's now Poison Ghost. And then we got Swablu. You know, our favorite cotton puff.
Hang on.
And have a look at his typing.
I got this message on him so can. So frustrated. Hang on, I promise I'll look. Oh, what the hell? Why is Swallow yellow? The incorrect? That's gross. I don't like that.
This is a fan Pokemon. Oh, Venusaur.
It's the looks like Yeti. Oh look, you named it Yeti. Why is Venusaur fucking brown and orange?
Look at his type.
Ground and dark? No, he's like looking water.
Nope.
What?
He's grass and poison.
Grass, yeah. Okay, hang on. 6, 7, 8, 12.
Okay, yeah.
Does William have a spare from 6, 7, 8, 12?
Tell me,
Brazilian?
what type she's supposed to be?
Fairy?
Nope.
What?
Her hands are supposed to be flowers for one.
Oh, so grass? Something else.
Poison.
How am I thinking of for fairy?
I don't know. But look at Beedrill. Oh, here we go.
Beetle looks like an actual bee.
Yeah. But he's now bug ground.
What was it before? Bug and
Poison. But look at this knocked out.
Knockout was just brown, wasn't he?
Hmm. But now he's got his proper typing that he should have had from the beginning as psychic flying. Oh, here's some nightmare fuel for you.
If you're gonna fucking friend me, then send me something. Jesus. I'm just friendly to friend me.
Sarah, nightmare fuel.
Nothing's come up yet. What in the hell? Ice and dark. No. 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 Flying and fighting?
Normal. Oh, look, there we go. Give you some sense of peace.
Can I request you? For our
Okay, yeah.
Honestly, he looks normal, I think.
He is. But then you got this.
This is what I heard you play my water. What the hell? Oh, pause. I saw a little flash of Butterfree. Go back. Hurry up, flash.
Looks pretty badass though, doesn't it?
Oh, okay, sure, but. Okay, we gotta get through this because I want to play bingo.
Yeah, you're gonna have a little bit because I'm gonna have to at 10:30 dip out to go get your damn brother.
What time is
9:58. But look at this Pancham. Notice anything wrong with him?
I've never seen the panda Pokemon. I know of it. I've never seen.
Well, he's dark fighting normally.
So I just feel like purple or black or
Yeah,
red.
black. Oh wait, there we go, Sarah. You got something normal.
Oh, shut up. Oh.
You know,
I've seen the fall form of the panda, and I only did because of Detective Pikachu.
I could also just do this.
It's on my TV now. What the? Oh, it's stuck?
No,
Or
no,
that's a badger.
yeah.
It's hot pink.
And he's fairy type.
Freaking his tongue out. The other one was like, "Arr." This one's,
Yeah.
he's like,
Then we have Neuburn.
I don't, ow. Awesome.
Well, look at his types.
Fairy and what the fuck is sound? Ow.
A new type just for this game.
Now you have the power to listen. Oh.
Oh, and then we have another shiny. That's its normal shiny.
I don't know the Pokemon.
Perfectly normal Gloom. But then we have this.
The fucking tiger lion thing?
That's a Growlithe.
Yeah, that thing.
He's levitating rocks with his mind. And then we go into Klefki.
That Pokemon.
It's a keychain holding keys normally.
It's punching down.
Cards.
Punching bags?
No, like cards to open doors.
Now I see it. The phone and the recharge bags.
Look at Mantype.
I don't think I see that though.
The little manta ray Pokemon? Oh. Well, normally he's water and flying. Now he is electric ground. Look at Shroomish. Come on, you use him and go Battle League.
Wait, Shriller.
Breloom's baby form?
I'm thinking of
The mushroom that evolved into the mushroom that stands on two legs that was good for Go Battle League. You could also just open Pokemon Go.
I don't have an L1 anymore.
Oh.
I ain't got that kind of space. Oh, oh. Take the frown.
Look at Mr. Mime.
Oh, thanks. Sea March.
Look at his types.
Yeah. Fire and sound. This sound bullshit is confusing me.
Look at Voltorb.
Sorry. I'll go through Snapchat. Oh. Oh.
And he's now a fire rock type. That's a completely original Pokemon. Oh, look, there you go. You got something normal.
Good point, buddy.
Yeah, but
Fun.
until
Sorry.
oh, look, it's a tadpole. But look at Crocorock.
I don't know the Pokemon, but
Yeah, but look at Love Disc.
no. Well, well,
And look at his name.
yeah, it's literally a fucking broken heart. He's literally a broken heart. That's
I know you know Scraggy. Look at his nickname and you'll remember him.
sad.
Because he's always holding up his pants.
Now,
The demon. Once again, look at his type.
without
But look at Venipede. It's supposed to be poison bug, right?
I don't remember.
It's now an electric dragon. Oh look, it's normal.
What's gonna be sounded?
No, it's actually normal. Grass flying. Still normal. Still normal. Brawler. Still normal. Still normal. Still normal. Then we got Diglett. Di-
Look like a mole.
yes. Look at his nickname.
Well, then I'm going to catch up on my TV. So, you know,
Look at his type.
it's fucking ground.
Hey, look, it's Sarah's favorite Pokemon.
What's that? I had like 30,000 of them because there was a
Community Day.
that.
Look at Cheeps. The Quilladin.
I don't know what took this.
Oh, look, there you go.
You thought his name was X.
Yes. But look at Munchlax. What's wrong with Munchlax?
He's his original one blue.
Uh-huh.
Nice. When he fall.
Normal.
Oh.
Okay, so that's the end of that box. Oh, here we go. This is where you're going to be going. What the fuck? Hello. Don't recognize him?
I need it to catch up on my TV because it's so tiny on my phone. Let's catch up on my TV. Oh. So I was thinking of the fairy when you said for the other one, I'm thinking of his evolved ones.
Yeah. What's wrong with her?
That's what I was thinking of. She's not fairy. She's flying? This man has no wings on her.
She hasn't evolved yet.
I don't but like that version right there, I don't see a single wing.
Yeah. But look at Phantom.
How? No. I don't know.
You would if you saw his other form. He's a little tree stump. Evolves into a giant, ugly, evil-looking tree. You think his baby form is cute and don't like to evolve him? But anyway, look at Hoppip.
I don't know what it looks like.
Pink with the green.
Oh,
And look at his type.
second. That one would have been grass and
Flying.
fuck.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you'll remember Tranquil. Evolves into Unpheasant. P-Dove. Little gray bird. Well, understand, it's normally gray and black. And it's also normal flying. But look at it now.
Oh, what a pep range.
But look at Luxray. I personally like Luxray's design better in this than the other one. You know who Luxray is, right?
He's the one from those,
Shinx.
chicks. Oh, the little dogs.
Cat, but yes.
Oh, wait, uh, 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 yeah.
Pure electric, normally. But in this one, he's not pure electric. Yeah. Are you looking at him?
Mhm.
I like his design better.
And the original is black and white.
Correct. Oh, here we go. This is also a original Pokemon for this game, but I wish it was real.
Swamful.
Hmm. Tell me that design does not look gorgeous. But then we got Young Goose, the other Badger Pokemon.
Hmm. That's another one that I just learned. It's one of the ones. It's
Oh, look, it's my mom's favorite Pokemon for Go Battle League. Hence the reason he is called the Wall. And he is normal. But look at Drifloon. Hmm. Let's see if you can tell me what's wrong with Drifloon.
I remember that one. That one.
Purple balloon with two little yellow ropes hanging down.
What?
Goes flying.
Okay.
Now he's fairy flying.
That's it.
Oh, these are normal, 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 normal. Oh, Minchino.
I think I remember this. Regular one was white.
Yep,
Yeah, the 11 one was pink.
there wasn't a Alolan.
Or was it shiny?
Yeah,
Shiny was pink.
and it was also a normal type. But look at Heliolisk. No, you're staying up with me all night. But Heliolisk is normally electric, normal, and is now poison dragon.
Um,
And then we got Carbink, which you probably have never even seen because it's relatively new to Pokemon Go.
it flashed for a second. I'm seeing Evo this weekend. There is Kirby. Yeah, I remember.
It's normally Rock Fairy. Oh, another one you're gonna hate. Only because it's typing. Mm-hmm. Normally normal flying. But then we got Dunsparce.
Oh, that's the yellow birds. It's a dragon.
Well, it's now Dunsparce's evolution.
That's first cut the wall.
Well, he can now. He evolves into the Dunsparce.
Where's the same type of dragon?
Because this was before the Dunsparce was invented. But then we got Ponyard. It's normally red with spikes all over him and is usually steel dark type. Oh. This was to make you go, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck? You're gonna go 3 what the fucks.
That's
Yes.
re-evolution of your favorite one?
Yes.
Lucario?
Uh-huh. What type is Lucario?
Spikes and dark.
Steel.
I thought it was psychic.
Well, look at Ducklet.
That was like an actual duck.
Just blue.
Oh, that was the regular white. Yeah, I might have to get out. Like on the couch, so that my eyes hurt.
Well, tell me, what's wrong with Litleo?
That's the last one I'm looking at.
You've only got one more after this. And you can take a 45-minute cat nap while I just turn your phone up so you can hear it ring.
Okay. Because I could I'm not gonna wake up. I'm gonna sleep on the couch probably till midnight.
Well, I was gonna call you back when I got back from picking up your brother.
Next week, I'm awake, I'll answer.
But look at Litleo.
I've never seen that one. Speak to him. Name it, no.
Yeah,
She before I had.
no,
Are you going to?
yes.
See that? I'll stay up and do with you. We can watch Mufasa together. That will stay up till.
I'm not watching it tonight.
So.
I'm waiting on Nicole and Mom to each have a day off together where we can all sit there and watch it.
I've already watched it. I almost want anything. I don't know what I was expecting with it.
Well, you can't spoil much because guess what? Mufasa dies,
No, the reasoning of why Scar grows to hate it.
and his brother becomes Scar.
Yes.
So, I mean, you can't spoil much because it's a prequel to a sequel.
The spoiling is like giving away the reason why Scar hates it.
Eh.
It's like I said, I don't know what I was expecting, but the what happens, well, quite true. Not crazy, but it's strange.
Yeah, so I've decided I'm never sleeping again. So will the nightmares. I've watched Nicole get murdered. I've watched her commit suicide 3 different ways.
Man, that nightmare shit. I had a night. I had a temple few times where it scared me so bad that I woke up and I felt like I was having a heart attack. The first time it happened though was the scariest for me because I woke up and my heart was really sick. I felt it was fall out my chest, and I was like paralyzed. I couldn't. I was trying to reach for my phone. I wasn't moving my arms. I tried to yell for my mom. Nothing came out. I mean, I was like trying to be frozen everywhere.
Mm.
And then I guess I fell back to sleep, and I think I woke up again later. But I didn't have it. But this one is paralyzed. And then, well, then it's later, and I'm thinking, but this time I was able to, so like I woke up, and I was able to move my feet on reach for my phone. And I go, well, I had to get in there. I,
Yeah, no, I'm about to go. Oh, pick up her brother, which I don't want to do.
I think it.
20 minutes.
You know what?
He does. No, it's like it's an hour drive in total to get him damn near. Because I'll leave here in about 8 minutes, and I'll get back here about 11:15. Because I leave here about 10:30, get there about 10:40, sit there for 20 minutes. He finally comes waddling out the damn building.
Oh my god, my tattoos just scared me. I was looking to my right, and I just saw something on my shoulder. It's God. That just scared me. Oh, that's sad. That's really pathetic. Oh, can't look at my shoulders. It's too far right here. That's what's for girls. My tattoo. I want a finger tattoo. She got a finger tattoo with me.
You should go fuck yourself.
I know a sketchy tattoo shop that I'll do it for $20.
You can also triple go fuck yourself.
That's why I got this one. $20. I know. I got my tattoo shop here, and I said, "Oh, it's my small finger tattoo, so I can do it. We have a shop up for $50. I'll pay $50 for that shit. Because I use like cards, so I never card to pay my cash app or whatever. Because I use the card, there's like a 4% fee or whatever. Or let me put some kind of ones. I do want to touch it. What is somehow money that's good money line in? Probably not. Only have the content support block. Again. Especially for emails. God damn it. $7. I gotta sit in happen or I gotta pay. Which is my actual help. I don't want to look at this, it's probably gonna make me sad. That's just $60. $28. Oh my god. Yeah, I really guess if I pay that up, well, it's I won't be able to like myself. I don't know exactly how option about anything.
So I just posted a comment on my video saying, "Hey, I'll be back." I had to go pick up my brother, but feel free to bug my moderator.
Good luck, man.
Why?
Why would I sit on it when you're not on there?
To keep it going.
No, I turn music on to go to sleep.
Because as long as people are good, and also if you keep it going, you'll hear my voice when I come when I come back, and you'll be like, oh, my brother's back, yay!
I'm able to live stream because if I don't, I hear us talking through it.
Yeah. Well, turn it back on in about 10 minutes, because then you shouldn't hear any of us talking.
Probably not. Well, it's not amazing.
Gay, 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 gay.
Also, not music. I like listening to these groceries. Come on. I'm hanging up though.
Sweet.
Sweet.
No, you cannot see me straight. It's a short.
If he eats it, I don't want it anymore. If you take it, I will accept half, Queen said. Why would I want it? Hospital room where Yu Jin-ho was currently admitted to. The humanoid shape rose up from the blob of shadow sneaking in. It'll be fine. As long as we stay in the altitude that the creature's hands can't reach and we don't attack first, we'll be 100% safe. This has been confirmed through multiple observation efforts, so you can rest easy. The American agent swallowed his saliva. Confirmed through multiple observations. Is it observation? The Japanese employee spoke of that word as if it didn't mean much, but just how many people had to be sacrificed at the hands of that giant monster in order to come to that conclusion? Just thinking about those unlucky few who flew too close to the reach of the giant sent an eerie shiver down the agent's spine. In any case, it was highly valuable information for this agent who was tasked with compiling data on the rank S monsters, as well as to report on Japan's current status back to HQ. When I look at that thing, I don't really get the feeling that the creature is truly alive. You see, yes, it's obviously breathing in and out, and can move around because it's alive. But well, should I say that it's like looking at a machine that only acts according to how it was programmed? A machine, is it? Quite regretfully, the agent couldn't agree with that assessment. The imposing figure of the giant monster when looked at from up close was, in a word, overwhelming. He belatedly raised his camera up and reported the creature in great detail. The reason for the viewfinder shaking ever so slightly like that was probably not entirely due to the helicopter busily buzzing around in the air. How many giants came out from that gate? A total of 31, excluding the boss ring. The rest have evenly dispersed throughout the countryside. And how many have been killed so far? Only two. Which means, with the exception of the boss over here, there are 28 giants destroying Japan as we speak. Well, there aren't any hunters left to fight against the giants, you see. Everyone's been preoccupied with escaping at the moment. On the day the dungeon break happened, hunters participating in the crucial battle to buy the residents of Tokyo enough time to evacuate were killed. They were able to kill two monsters in the process, but they had no other methods left to stop the remaining 28 from spreading out to the rest of the country. This here was the reason why the Japanese Association employee said yes without resistance to the request for assistance from the Hunter Bureau when he should have been far too busy trying to put out the fire burning on his foot. No, like that on his entire body. A car pulled to a stop right behind Jin, and its windows silently rolled down next. Are you see all Jin Hunter? Jin heard that unfamiliar voice and turned around to see Hughes without thinking too much about it. However, his brows rose up slightly after he confirmed who it was. I apologize for coming to see you without prior communication. But if it's all right with you, can we speak in private? A small suspicion rushed past Jin, whose brain just then. Seal Hunter knew. Jin had been patiently waiting until then and replied calmly as well. Yes, Yuan pulled out a check from his inner pocket, issued under his name by a bank that often had dealings with Union Construction. However, this check was somewhat different from a normal one, where there should have been numerical letters denoting the value of money represented by this slip of paper. There were none to be found. Here, he pushed such a check forward. Jim looked at this blank check for a little while before raising his head back up again. Yuan continued on with some difficulty. I'm not some arrogant fool who thinks he can buy anything with money, especially even more so when I'm dealing with a rank S hunter such as yourself. I greatly appreciate if you consider this as nothing more than a small gesture of my sincerity. Chairman, whose eyes were burning in a determined light, could now guess the reason for him choosing this venue to hold this conversation. The things to be discussed from now on could not be leaked outside of these walls. That was why. This isn't about me joining his guild or something like that. That was why the chairman had chosen his own territory that he could control 100% unless some kind of a natural disaster was to befall. Shinbu had always been quick on the uptake. That was why he simply asked this question. Chairman, just what is it that you wish to buy from me? Yuan spoke frankly about his current situation. Actually, I also suffer from the exact same illness as your mother, Hunter. That completely unexpected reply took Jin by surprise, and he froze up momentarily. Does Jin Ho know? Yuan shook his head. Aside from my personal physician, only three others know my condition. Myself, my wife, and my secretary. And now it's four, indeed. Jin nodded his head. Only now did he understand why Chairman Yu didn't bother to go through Yu Jin Ho and instead contacted him secretly on this. He wanted to hide his own illness from the rest of his family. But then again, his shoulders are carrying the fate of several tens of thousands of employees, aren't they? If the rumor of the day is that Chairman you could freely move about gate number got out, and it didn't take a genius to see what might happen to Eugen Construction as well as its subsidiaries in the near future. I have been scouring the world for a cure, a method to rid myself of this illness for a while. In the process, I was able to discover that a single patient has gained her freedom from this dastardly illness. As Jin expected, the conversation was heading down the path he thought it might. I don't think it a coincidence that the sole patient recovering from the illness happens to be her mother, Xiao Hunter. Jin, when left medication, has never seen mysterious abilities. Could he have somehow cured his mother's illness with his strange but wonderful abilities? Chairman Yu had used various avenues to investigate Jin, which meant that him arriving at such a deduction
I'm
was
gonna have
also
to
far-fetched.
sack somebody.
Jin denied or agree with the claim and quietly stared at Chairman Yu.
The sack
The latter
blasters.
swallowed his saliva. I cannot afford to make a mistake here. If the talk so far was nothing more than a practice match, an appetizer, then the real game was about to kick off now. This was the most important moment. Meanwhile, Han let out a deep but short breath and spoke up with some conviction. What I'd like to learn from you is the truth, Hunter Nickel. He then pushed the check forward a little bit more with his hand. And as your compensation, this is just merely a small part of what I'm willing to provide you with, Xiao Hunter. Not everything, but merely a part, he said, meaning he was prepared to hand over something else besides money if that's what Jin wanted. If you help me out on this matter, Hunter Nim, I shall never forget this favor for the rest of my life. The tiger of the financial world lowered his head and asked for help. If those people who knew Chairman who saw this spectacle, they would have cried out in sheer shock just then. After a short deliberation later, Jin finally opened his tightly shut mouth. I'm sorry, that one short sentence caused you my own hands and eyes to tremble quite powerfully. It is unfortunate, but that's not something I can help you with. In that case, as his hopes riding on this talk had been far too great, Chairman you couldn't easily accept his defeat here. How did your mother become cured? Xiao Hunter. Chairman. Jin, whose expression became rather serious. The surrounding air began to grow chilly all of a sudden. That was enough to remind Chairman Yu just what kind of a person he was dealing with right now.
Well, now I can
Continue
just
on.
sleep with him.
Hypothetically speaking, if I knew how the illness had been cured and I wished to get
Then
rid
my
of it,
dragon.
why would I have kept my mouth shut until now? I see. Chairman Yu no longer clung onto Jinwu. Well, in that case, the older man saw that Jinwu was getting up to leave, so he also got up in haste and summoned Secretary Kim. The latter, guarding the door, quickly entered the office. Tim, the moment he took his first step inside, he immediately read the frozen atmosphere flowing between Jinwu and Chairman Yu. This meeting was the final ray of hope for his boss, so even Kim's complexion darkened rather quickly. Hunter Nim wishes to return. Please take him back to his residence. No, we'll be fine. Thank you. Jinwu tactfully declined the offer, and after leaving short goodbyes to both Yu Myo and Secretary Kim,
Why was this helpful?
the elevator all alone. The lift moved at a frightening pace from the penthouse floor right down to the lobby. He hadn't noticed it while riding it with someone else, but now that he was alone, he could tell for sure. This elevator was simply far too large and wide for only one person to ride. Jinwoo spat out a long sigh. Phew. He didn't feel so well after rejecting the request. Wasn't that man the father of someone he treated like a little brother? He could have extended his helping hand while pretending to be defeated by his emotions. However, I don't know him. He didn't know just what kind of a man Chairman he was.
No, because if I can set up 2 call mines, I can.
He was speaking something else. Divine. Life was to cure his mother might possess another worldly healing property, but its supply was also limited. And that was why he simply had to be more circumspect with their usages. The terms put forward by Chairman Yu indeed had been incredibly tempting, but in the end, they failed to change Jinwoo's mind. This was the end result. Jinwoo continued on and crossed the lobby, but then his steps came to a halt after he heard a voice coming from somewhere. Jinwoo's head shifted in the direction of that sound. A giant TV in the lobby that had been switched off earlier was now showing the real-time footage of the situation in Japan. It was the breaking news regarding the dungeon break and the massive calamity spreading at an alarming rate. Jinwoo walked to the front of the TV. The sight of the ruined city captured from the TV station's helicopter was truly gut-wrenching. The giant monsters were demolishing the buildings. Those unfortunate citizens failing to evacuate in time were captured and immediately thrown into the mouths of these giants. What little remained of armed forces poured out all their firepower, but that proved to be a useless endeavor. It was still impossible to kill monsters without the powers of hunters, after all. Although it was impossible to accurately calculate the death toll, the rough estimate had come out to well over 1 million. In a word, it was an unspeakable tragedy. Jin Woo's expression hardened. This would be his first time seeing the current status with his own eyes. And so, as the fourth day dawned on this tragedy, the association president Go Gun Huey, having decided that now was the right time, stepped in front of the crowd of reporters. Go Gun Huey swept his gaze over the tightly packed wall of reporters as well as the cameras pointing at him and quietly opened his mouth to speak. I express my condolences at the tragedy unfolding in Japan. And also, I'd like to reveal the position of South Korea's own Hunters Association. And also, a little earlier in the day, the American Hunter Bureau also released a statement, as well. We're currently gathering hunters to one location. Was America finally revealing her hand in order to save Japan? However, it's not for Japan's sake. This is the image of the gate discovered earlier today in eastern Maryland. The size of the gate was not normal. It was smaller than the one in Japan, but still, its sheer scale was uncommonly massive, according to the measurement taken by our investigative team. This gate is also a rank S, exactly like the one that has appeared in Japan. This nation's top hunters will focus all their efforts in closing this gate, instead. When this horrifying piece of news finally made its way over to Japan, the Japanese people desperately praying for the Americans' aid all cried out in despair. Japan was finished. In this situation, Korea finally broke her silence over the matter and clarified her position. Gun Huey stood in front of the reporters and spoke up. We will not get involved in Japan's matters. A day before the press conference, just like any other day, the wide-open office space of the Jin Guild was occupied by only two people, Jin Woo and Yu Jin Ho. Hey, Jin Ho. Yes, Hyung Nim. Should I go over to Japan for a while? Excuse me. Yu Jin Ho's expression hardened. Of course, he hadn't forgotten just who was saying those words. He had seen Hyung Nim's amazing feats closer than anyone else out there. However, common sense simply didn't apply to rank S gates. Abruptly, his head shifted over to the computer screen Jin Woo was looking at. It was filled with the breaking news regarding Japan. Hyung Nim was worried about them. Unlike Yu Jin Ho, Hyun Nim possessed incredible powers. It was quite obvious that he'd also suffer from the distress that the responsibility of his power level brought along. Yu Jin Ho vacated his spot and hurriedly extracted a photo album from the file cabinet before bringing it over. When he flipped the thick book open, all sorts of newspaper articles were clipped onto its pages. What's this? All of them were articles related to Jin Woo. From the incident of the Red Gate, which the media still didn't know that Jin Woo was a part of, to the raid of Jeju Island, when he solved the issue of the traffic jam, and even when he took care of the strange, unidentified stone statues alongside the Hunters Guild recently, too. Do you know what the common theme among these articles is? Hyung Nim. I wonder. It's that I'm nowhere to be found in all of them. Hyung Nim. If you're planning to go to Japan, please take me along with you. Jin Woo was baffled here. He expected Yu Jin Ho to either stop him or cheer him on when he said he'd be heading over to Japan. But never did he imagine the kid would say take me with you. However, Yu Jin Ho was being dead serious. You haven't forgotten where I want to go, right? Even if Yu Jin Ho was a naive, immature kid, he surely would have heard about what was happening in Japan. That place was currently a true hell on earth. Demons called giants were judging mankind in the most gruesome manner imaginable. Even then, Yu Jin Ho nodded his head with a determined expression on his face. As long as you're unhurt, Hyung Nim, I'll be alright as well. If you get hurt somehow, I don't want to even think about that. Yu Jin Ho looked back with a strong light of trust burning in his eyes. The feeling you'd get from someone trusting you to such an extent certainly couldn't be described as bad in any shape or form. I was only joking, you know. Why would ever I go to Japan when times are like this? Jin Woo stood up from his spot. Hey, that's enough for today. Let's just go home. You worked hard anyway. You're going home already, Hyun Nim. Jin Woo stepped outside the office door while waving his hands. Yu Jin Ho bowed his waist deeply to send him off. Jin Woo stepped into his house. A truly mouth-watering savory scent of stew tickled his nostrils. He stood on the spot and soaked in the evening smell. This is so good. One of the great things about Mom being discharged from the hospital was that now, he had someone to welcome him back home every day. The dark and quiet home of the past no longer existed in his life. Not anymore. Son, you're home. He heard his mother's voice coming from the kitchen. Will you eat dinner? Yes. What about Jin-ah, though? She says she's got no appetite. Jin Woo's hand suddenly stopped before it finished pulling out his chair. Even now, she couldn't get a wink of sleep last night. She only fell asleep not too long ago. Jin Woo hid his presence and cautiously opened the door to his sister's room. Jinna was rolling around in her bed, struggling to fall into a deeper slumber. She normally maintained such a bright appearance, but it seemed that she hadn't gotten over her mental trauma yet. Then again, she had to go through such an experience, didn't she? His rage towards monsters boiled over whenever he saw how much his sister was struggling like this. Why were those things endlessly tormenting humanity? This is the decision of the Hunters Association, and ours alone. We won't stop any individual hunters from doing what they wish to do. What was he even talking about now? Like animals lazily waking up from their winter hibernation, the reporters, still frozen in shock, began slowly exchanging glances with each other again. There is one such person. There is one hunter who wishes to go to Japan and get rid of the giant monsters. Who could that be? Who wanted to head to Japan under the current situation all by himself? The bottomed-out atmosphere of the press conference venue suddenly began boiling over. Just who is this hunter? The attention of everyone present in the venue was directed to Gogun Huey. He took his time for a moment or two, before pressing his lips as close to the mic as possible. It's Seong Jinwoo, Hunter Nim. That one sentence caused hundreds of cameras to explode in a wall of blinding flashes. Rank S hunters possessing American citizenship had begun gathering in the most luxurious hotel in the state of Maryland by the time news broke from South Korea, and indeed, they all got to hear it. Most of them had received a boost to their abilities through the power of upgrader, Madam Selmer. It wouldn't be much of a stretch of one's imagination to call this gathering as the world's greatest armed force. It hasn't been long since his reawakening, and he's already drunk with his own powers. That idiot. Maybe he thinks fighting some measly bugs is the same as fighting against giant monsters. A hunter who overestimates his ability will die 100% of the time. Who knew that the fame he got from killing the ants would end up shortening his life? How ironic. All these people had seen Jinwoo's brilliant performance in Jeju Island. The power Seong Jinwoo possessed was certainly quite strong. However, the race of giants was a whole different ball game. Ants pushed forward with their overwhelming advantage in numbers, and that was why his ability to summon out countless creatures worked so well against them. Even if he was physically strong, could he be able to fight alone against the giant monsters, each one of them powerful enough to appear as bosses of the hardest difficulty dungeons found in the Ranka Gates? These American hunters jokingly began making bets. I bet my yacht on him getting killed in less than 1 day. I bet my mansion on 2 days. Well then, it was then. Will that really happen, I wonder? Thomas Andre, quietly dining all by himself in the corner, lowered his utensils and opened his mouth. He was one of the 5 special authority rank hunters in existence. Strong Awakened continued to appear after the Kamish subjugation operation had ended, but none were able to exceed the levels of those hunters who managed to survive the worst crisis to go down in the history of mankind. When such a man formed a smirk, everyone else ceased their useless banter right away. I shall bet the Scavenger Guild on him surviving till the end. He leisurely scanned the other hunters from beneath his sunglasses and left the restaurant. That man, he just knows how to ruin the atmosphere, doesn't he? This ain't the first time that Freak did this, anyway. It's better to just forget about him, man. Incheon International Airport. Hold on. We're passing through. Yu Jin-ho parted the sea of people blocking his path and walked forward in an imposing manner. The determination oozing out of his expression was serious enough to shame the top movie star about to make his grand appearance in the climactic battle scene. We're passing through. Yu Jin-ho carved out a path, and Jinwoo wordlessly followed behind. Click, 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 click. Reporters continued to click away with their cameras, afraid that they might miss even a second of Jinwoo. Quite unlike Yu Jin-ho, who was quite clearly excited about the trip. He remained calm and collected, though. Japan had sent a private plane once they heard the news of Jin wanting to go there, and of course, all entry procedures had been wavered away, as well. The soldiers shook their heads helplessly. We simply don't have the space to carry every patient you have. At a push, we can only accommodate 3, 4 more. The old lady addressed the soldiers. But that can't be. We have over 10 patients who suffer from mobility issues. The old doctor nodded his head in agreement. Regardless, the young soldiers from the JSDF stomped their feet in anxiety. Now isn't the time to worry about those people who might die any second, anyway. Giants are heading this way as we speak. The young JSDF soldier, his face caked with sweat, got angry and shouted out. The old doctor looked down at the floor for a moment or two, before raising his head up. I can't abandon my patients. My wife and I have promised that we'll stay by the sides of our patients until the end. The doctor's voice carried his strong determination. The young soldier of the JSDF slung the rifle over his shoulder. I am a soldier, sir. I can't run away by myself knowing that there are citizens remaining here. It was then the ground began quaking all on their own. Isn't that? As the young soldier took aim, his sight spotted something off. The giant was currently biting on his comrade that had set off a little earlier. The eyes of the young soldier reddened in an instant. The soldier fired his rifle at the approaching giant. Unfortunately, the weapons of modern civilization couldn't harm these monsters. The giant easily brushed off the hail of bullets and arrived before the young soldier in the blink of an eye. The ammo-less rifle could only spit out empty coughs and nothing else. More tears formed in the eyes of the young soldier. Oh, dear God, please. The giant monster raised its head to swallow the human it was gnawing on. Before leaping towards the young soldier, it was right at that moment. A massive naga slammed into the side of the giant monster without warning. The giant naga responsible for flinging it away stood before the growling monster. It was none other than Jima, previously the boss-level monster of the naga species that were inducted into the Shadow Army not too long ago. Jima reached his right hand out next to him. When he did, a black spear slowly rose up from the shadow on the ground. Jima powerfully grasped the spear and aimed the weapon at his front. One could sense his unbreakable will to not let anything pass by him. The young soldier from the JSDF couldn't quite figure out whether the spectacle unfolding before his eyes was a dream or reality. To think, a monster was protecting him from another monster right now. He thought he'd end up inside the giant monster's mouth for sure. But, having taken a look at the wide, imposing back of the other monster, he felt several powerful emotions welling up from deep within his heart. Jin Woo looked at the young soldier next and saw his scared eyes. He walked past the soldier and lightly patted the scared, tearful Japanese man on the shoulder. The gesture meant to say that the soldier had done excellent work. What he did, standing off against a monster all by himself with just a single rifle, was not something any regular person could even try to imitate. Jin Woo had entered many dungeons as a rankie himself, so he knew better than anyone just how courageous this soldier had been. Jin Woo jumped up straight and powerfully swung down the Demon King's short sword. The blade, overflowing with the magical energy oozing out from the black heart, vertically split the face of the giant monster in one slice. Like a tree that got hacked by an axe, the monster slowly tipped over backwards, not even able to scream out properly. Dear viewers at home, it's hard to believe, but the scene before me is truly happening. The reporter riding on the helicopter continuously spat out gasps of astonishment as if he could hardly believe his own eyes. The camera began transmitting the scenes below. Oh my God, as the reporter cried out in sheer astonishment over and over again. The ants successfully brought the giants down. They then began chomping down with their sharp mandibles and ate the corpses. Of course, under Baru's orders, they didn't forget to leave some part of the monsters behind so more shadow soldiers could be created later. As for those ants that got too greedy for their own good, swift kicks from Baru flew in to sort out the situation immediately. The reporter was shouting out in a clearly excited voice now. The giants are being devoured right now. These giants are being devoured by the insects right now. These giants that instilled unbridled shock and fear with the actions of devouring humans were in turn getting devoured by the ants. The Japanese people watching this scene felt a certain sense of inexplicable gratification. That was perhaps the reason why the most amount of interest was focused on the ant army, since Jin Woo himself refused to be filmed from the get-go. She must have graduated from elementary school not too long ago. This young girl was running away screaming with a tear-strewn face. Right behind her, a giant gave chase with a disgusting smile on its face. How far could she go when running on her still short legs? The distance between them closed up in an instant. The giant must have found this game of tag with a certain winner set in stone rather amusing to play, because it continued to form a toothy grin. It reached out with its arm that was at least 1.5 times longer than other giants, and, just before such a rough hand got to snatch the young girl up, a cold flash streaked past the monster's wrist, and the blue-colored lightning that exploded out afterwards began burning up the cut surface of the now missing wrist with extreme heat. The giant shot up to its feet and screamed out in pain as it held its wrist. The owner of the blue-colored blade was none other than Ygritte. He spun around and lifted up the pale-faced girl that was on her knees shivering. Before quickly evacuating from that place, the giant angrily glared below. The creature that had cleanly severed its wrist was busy escaping with its prey. The eyes of the enraged giant were quickly dyed and red. The scene was scary enough for any observers to wet their pants. But even then, someone still stood before such a terrifying monster. It was, of course, Iron. His armor had become even more enhanced after his grade rose up to Elite Knight. Iron stabbed the shield down on the ground and stood proudly with his chest wide open. And then, a truly loud roar exploded out from beneath his helm. The glare of the giant previously aimed at Ygritte was instantly switched over to Iron, as if to say, come if you dare. Iron pounded on his chest vigorously. The fist of the enraged giant mercilessly punched down on Iron. However, Iron was not forced back an inch. The effects of his grade rising up had pushed him to a whole new plateau of power. Can you see this, everyone? These summons, these creatures summoned by Hunter Seong Jin-woo, are raiding the giant by themselves. Could this truly be reality? This very reporter didn't believe Yuri Orlov's claims from the word go, and quite obviously, he also didn't hold much hope with Jin-woo, as well. But then, not just Seong Jin-woo himself, but even the summoned creatures he ordered to go out on their own were speedily hunting down these giants, as if they were nothing. Maybe, just maybe. Then the reporter thought that, just maybe, Seong Jin-woo could possibly
Because
save
he
this
said,
country
I
all
need
by
to get rid
himself.
of that
Something
shelter
warm
before
and
they.
powerful gushed up from the deepest part of his chest. When he first saw Jin-woo at the airport, his entire body was overcome with goosebumps of nasty shock. How could this be? This man was strong. Matsumoto had been the association president for many years, and he got to meet many powerful beings up until now. That was how he could tell from just one glance. He stood next to countless hunters in his life so far, but hadn't encountered many situations where the hair on the back of his neck stood up straight from the unbelievable chill he felt. No, actually, this would be his first time. If only he had a chance to meet Jinwoo just once before the Jeju Island raid took place. He'd have immediately rescinded the plan to drive the Korean hunters to their demise. The words of Godu Ryuji from back then, when he personally met Jinwoo, were definitely not wrong. Please, I beg of you to focus on defending us, with Osaka as the center. The Japanese Hunters Association wanted Jinwoo to focus solely on defense and buy them enough time so that they could negotiate with either the Americans or with the Russians. Too bad. That plan was immediately thrown out the window with one short sentence from the man in question. I refuse. Jinwoo curtly stated his position. It was only obvious that the association president Matsumoto Shija and all the other association-related parties would jump up in sheer fluster. Did he suddenly have a change of heart and no longer wanted to kill the monsters? Matsumoto could only ask with a tightening chest. Then, what will you do instead? Instead of a verbal reply, Jinwoo answered with his actions. He separated his summons into three parties and had them operate on their own, while he too began moving by himself as well. But even then, Matsumoto Shija was swallowing his worried gasps over something else entirely. Is he really trying to fight against all of the giants? Every hunter in the world had all said in one voice that such a feat was impossible. But, was he trying to do precisely that? The city of Nagoya, it's been successfully taken back. What was that? Matsumoto Shija shot up from his chair from that shocking news. It hadn't been all that long since Hunter Seong Jinwoo had set off, yet the giant-type monster in Nagoya had been brought down already, even before the Japanese Association president had a chance to calm his fluttering heart. Messages began pouring in from all corners of the country. A giant's corpse has been discovered in the city of Nakatsugawa. The city of Shizuoka has been successfully reclaimed. The cities of Takayama and Nagano both have been. Hunter Seong Jinwoo and his summoned creatures were eliminating the giant-type monsters scattered throughout the country of Japan as they closed in towards Tokyo. It was truly an unbelievable speed of advancement. Jinwoo and his summons starting from Osaka and moving eastward, while killing every giant they ran into, finally arrived on the doorsteps of the city of Tokyo. For some reason, though, Tokyo that no longer resembled a city came across as a somewhat familiar sight to him. Where have I seen this before? Jinwoo combed his memories for a little while before finding his answer. The demon's castle, the site of the ruined, crumbling cities he saw back then resembled Tokyo's current appearance. The only difference being, there were no flames burning right now. When his thoughts arrived at this point, a dark shadow crept up over his expression. Could it be, from the very first floor of the demon's castle, all the way up to its final floor? Every city found within the dungeon was destroyed almost beyond recognition. If that was the system's way of giving away hints, then what was the so-called architect trying to tell him? Jinwoo smirked to himself. Does it really matter now? The so-called architect, the manager of the system, was dead and gone inside a dungeon. Seeing that there was no further contact after that, the chances of that guy still being alive were slim, to say the least. And, even if what I saw back then was the prediction of the coming events, I shall stop them. That was why he continued to grow stronger. He chased after greater strength, because he didn't want to be toyed around with by powers he couldn't fight against. Raise his level, get his hands on new skills, and raise his level up even higher. And eventually, he had arrived at this point in time. Ygritte's elite soldier army was the first to arrive in Tokyo. Fang's High Orc army was the next to arrive. Ygritte discovered the approaching High Orc army and lightly nodded his head as his greeting to their chieftain. The corners of Fang's lips, hidden under his black hood, arched up as he too nodded his head. The elite soldiers' army, the division of ice bears that acted alongside them, and the high orc army had now gathered in one spot. And a short while later, the sounds of marching footsteps
Well,
uniformly
screw up his
resounded out
argument
in the
segment.
surrounding air. Just beyond the ash-gray fog, a large-sized battalion of shadow soldiers approached the location. As befitting of the soldiers that had taken the longest route but also hunted down the most giants. Baru and his ant army were the last to arrive. Just like before, Ygritte sent out a greeting first. However, Baru didn't display any hint of acknowledgement and walked right past Ygritte, strode up to Jin Wu's back before kneeling down on one knee in a dignified manner. "Oh, you all have arrived." Only then did Jin Wu tear his eyes away from the distant giant to take a look behind him. "Everyone, you all did well." As he welcomed them all, every shadow soldier followed after Baru's example, and knelt down on one knee. Ice bears couldn't physically kneel down, so they simply prostrated, their noses pressed to the ground below. Everyone, including the elite soldiers, ice bears, ants, high orcs, and nagas, as well as other types of shadow soldiers he had recruited in between. Nearly 1,000 of his shadow soldiers had gathered in one spot. Jinpo just swallowed his dry saliva and cautiously took a look behind him. There was a lone giant standing over yonder. The size of this giant-type monster was on another scale altogether compared to the others he saw during his trip to this place, simply by staring at the head of a giant so far up in the sky. He couldn't tell whether he was looking at an actual monster or a high-rise building. Instead, wowzers, a gasp of shock leaked out from his mouth. There was just too great a difference between seeing it from a video clip and with his own two eyes like this. Get to a safe distance. Yes, Pyong-nim. Jin Ho nodded his head with a determined face, and quickly ran in between the shadow soldiers to get away from there. Good. Jin Ho patiently waited for the kid to get to a safe enough distance away, and then summoned up his newly added family members. Come out. Although not as huge as the boss-level giant, several massive shadow soldiers from number 1 to number 30. This giant shadows
So, could I probably do it with just Charizard? Yeah, but don't get me wrong, Coal Mine Charizard is nice. We're gonna get three to four Coal Mines set up. Oh, that About something. If I turn off my TV.
Get me out of here. Wait, hold on.